Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathsala. I am here Dr. V. Premla Priyadarshini with you to teach you on the topic Dietary Management for Viral Infections. Today's presentation of mine will have a brief introduction on viral infections, different types of viral fevers, their causes and symptoms, and some of the dietary managements of viral fever, nutraceutical foods in the management of viral infection, the preventive measures, and of course, a summary of what we have learnt. Viral infection is the most common term of many ailments caused by different types of virus. It is a proliferation of harmful virus inside the body. Viral infections are contagious and the severity of infection depends on the type of virus. The contagious period of a virus is not same as the incubation period. An incubation period is the time period between exposure to a virus and the emergence of symptoms. With this brief introduction on viral infection, let me tell you that this current module will make you to understand the different types of viral fevers and their causes and symptoms and gain knowledge on different dietary management for viral fever. Let me start our today's lesson with what a viral fever is all about. A viral fever is generally caused by an airborne viral infection or can be caused by a waterborne infection. Viral fever refers to a wide range of viral infections usually characterized by an increase in normal body temperature. I hope you all know what is a normal body temperature. Yes, it is 98 degrees Fahrenheit. It is transmitted from one person to another through direct contact with a person's body fluid. As it is not easy to differentiate between a bacterial infection and a viral fever as they have similar symptoms, which is why it is important to consult a doctor if the body temperature reaches above 102 degrees Fahrenheit or if it shows no signs of elevation after 48 hours. Let me introduce to you some of the general causes of viral fever. Viral fever are caused by one or more number of viruses. The most common cause of viral fever is the common cold caused by a viral infection that affects the upper respiratory tract. The common cold is known as acute viral rhinopharyngitis and it is the most common infectious disease. There are more than 200 different types of viruses associated with cold and more than one virus is present for the infection. Some of the causes of viral fever include sinus infections, viral gastroenteritis, mono, that means kissing diseases, and seasonal influenza, what we commonly call it as flu. When a person coughs, sneezes, yawns, or even talk, they tend to spray tiny particles of fluid that contains bacteria and viruses from their body. Once the person is infected, it takes at least 16 hours to 48 hours to turn into a full-blown infection. And the infection is characterized by a very high fever where the fever reduces for a little while and then shoots up once again. Some of the common symptoms includes a runny nose, extreme fatigue, malaise, muscle ache, sore throat, and so on. Viruses may also cause severe joint pain, vomiting, nasal congestion, cough, headache, skin rashes, and diarrhea. Having seen on some snippets on viral infection, let us now move on to some of the specific viral infections like H1N1 flu, dengue, and chikungunya. Coming to H1N1 flu, it is also known as a swine flu. It's called as swine flu because in the past, the people who caught it had direct contact with the pigs. In the year 2009, H1N1 was spreading fast around the world, so the World Health Organization called it as a pandemic. Since then, people have continued to get sick from swine flu. The World Health Organization declared H1N1 pandemic over in August 2010. Since then, H1N1 virus has been known as a regular human flu virus. It continues to spread during flu seasons like other strains of virus. Coming to the causes, swine flu is a respiratory disease caused by influenza virus, that infects the respiratory tract of pigs, resulting in nasal secretion, a barking cough, decreased appetite, and listless behavior. Swine flu produces most of the same symptoms in pig as human flu produces in people. Swine flu can last about 1 to 2 weeks in pigs that survives. For an instant, people have developed the swine flu infection once they are closely associated with pigs. For example, farmers, pork processors, and so on. And likewise, pig population have occasionally been infected with human flu infection might as well. In most instances, the cross-species infection, swine flu to man, human flu virus to pig, have remained in local area and have not caused national or worldwide infection in either pig or human. Unfortunately, this cross-species situation with influenza virus has changed the potentials. The 8 RNA strands from the novel H1N1 flu have one strand derived from human flu strain, 2 strands from avian, that is the bird flu strain, and 5 forms from swine flu strains. The symptoms of swine flu are very much like those of regular influenza. They include chills, fever, cough, sore throat, runny or sniffy nose, body ache, fatigue, diarrhea, nausea, and vomiting. Students, I hope you're clear with the causes and symptoms of swine flu. Let us now move on to the next very common infection of concern in the recent year, the dengue. According to the World Health Organization, there are about 390 million cases of dengue fever recorded worldwide and 96 million requires medical treatment. 500,000 cases of dengue hemorrhagic fever, the most severe form of dengue, requires hospitalization each year. Nearly 40% of world's population live in an area endemic with dengue. The World Health Organization estimates 22,000 deaths occurs annually and mostly among children. Coming to the causes, dengue fever is caused by a family of viruses that are transmitted by mosquitoes. Dengue fever is a vector-borne infection caused by mosquitoes carrying dengue virus. The virus is transmitted from one person to another by the bite of infected female mosquitoes, Aedes aegypti. This type of mosquito can breed only in clear water. Water kept uncovered may be the breeding ground for mosquitoes. The mosquito flourishes during rainy season but can breed in water-filled flower pots, plastic bags, and can reproduce year-round. One mosquito bite can cause the disease. The virus is not contagious and cannot be spread directly from person to person. If treated, it can lead to complications and even death. The full life cycle of virus involves the mosquito as the vector and the human as the source of infection. Looking at the symptoms, the primary symptoms of dengue appears 3 to 15 days after the mosquito bite and includes the following symptoms: a high fever and a severe headache with severe pain behind the eyes that is apparent when trying to move the eyes, red color urine, black colored stools, and the other associated symptoms are joint pains, red upper palates, reddish eyes, muscles and bone pain, rashes, and mild bleeding. Dengue, an hemorrhagic fever, is most severe form of the viral infection. Symptoms includes headache, fever, rashes, and evidence of bleeding in the body, patyacus, that is small red spot or purple splotches or blisters under the skin, bleeding in the nose or gum, black stools, or an easy brushing, or all the possible signs of hemorrhage. This form of dengue fever can be life-threatening and can progress to most severe form of illness called a dengue shock syndrome. High fever and other signs of dengue last for 2 to 4 days, followed by a rapid drop in body temperature with profuse sweating. This precedes a period with normal temperature and a sense of well-being that lasts about a day, and normally the white blood cell platelet count reduces drastically. The next one is Chikungunya. Chikungunya was first reported in 1952 during an outbreak in southern Tanzania. Chikungunya fever is a viral disease transmitted to human by the bite of infected Aedes aegypti mosquitoes. Chikungunya means which contract or bend up or illness of the bended walker. This refers to the contracted or stooped posture of patients who are inflicted with the severe joint pain, that is arthritis, and a most common symptom of the disease. This is an debilitating but not fatal viral illness. Coming to the causes of chikungunya, incidentally, both dengue and chikungunya are caused by Aedes aegypti and Aedes albopictus mosquitoes. These mosquitoes are known to typically bite during daylight hours, and the risk of getting bitten is more during early morning and late afternoon as well. Though these mosquitoes are known to bite outdoor, but Aedes aegypti has a chance which can bite indoor too. Symptoms of chikungunya generally progresses to subacute or chronic phase with fever, flu chills, headaches, joint pain, particularly in the hands, wrist, ankles and feet, skin rashes, nausea and fatigue. Students, so far we have seen the causes and symptoms of H1N1 flu, dengue, chikungunya, and may we now move on to the dietary management for viral infections in general. Coming to the dietary management, one should take sufficient nutrition and diet should be simple so that it is not very difficult for digestive system to cope up with the food intake. Let us now see the fluid intake. Patients with any viral infection should take lot of fluids daily to stay hydrated, as viral infection causes dehydration. The two most important fluids are the lemon juice. It helps to remove the toxins from the body. Lemon juice is the best food for viral fever. Lime juice helps to remove the virus through urine and thus helps in reducing its load in the body. Rehydrating the patient with adequate water and tender coconut will help to replenish the fluids and the electrolytes lost due to sweating, vomiting and diarrhea. The next important fluid is fruit juices. A good amount of vitamin C rich foods for dengue fever is essential. Vitamin C is the most important vitamin for boosting up of immunity, and it is essential for the formation of adrenaline hormones. Vitamin C foods like strawberries, guava, sweet lime, kiwi and papaya can also help in the production of lymphocytes. It also has a direct effect on bacteria and virus. Consume immunity boosting foods such as citrus, bell pepper, broccoli, garlic, ginger, spinach, yogurt, almonds, green tea, turmeric, papaya, kiwi and other fruit drinks which are rich in vitamin C like grapefruits, oranges, lemon and so on. Now let us see what a protein requirement should be. Protein rich diet is necessary to build up the new cells and also for the recovery of those cells which are damaged by these conditions. Protein rich foods like milk and other dairy products, eggs and pulses are recommended. Protein isolates, whey protein can also be given to help to battle the virus. Around 80 grams of protein is suggested, both from a high biological source as well as from the pulse protein. A high calorie diet is recommended even after the fever is cured to restore all the resources of exhausted energy, vitamins, minerals, protein, fats in the body. Around 2000 to 3000 kilocalories should be given every day, and viral infection, be it any viral infection, dengue, chikungunya or H1N1, they affect the liver and hampers its functions. Hence, easily digestible food should be given so that the body doesn't have to do an extra effort in converting the complex food particles into a simpler form. Cereals in any form of porridge will help to provide a quick energy. Inclusion of vegetables and fruits is very important. Any viral infection leads to severe loss of vitamins and minerals from the body, and that's why an affected person must include lot of fresh vegetables and fruits in their diet to replenish all the nutrients in their body. Around 3 to 4 servings of fruits and vegetables should be recommended. Among all the fruits, the most prime and effective fruit is papaya, particularly for patients suffering from dengue, since antioxidants that protects their cell damage. Foods to be restricted. The foods which must not be taken during any viral infections are saturated fats, refined sugars, and processed foods that need to be strictly avoided. Patients should also restrict aerated beverages, junk and oily foods. They should also stop consuming raw foods, especially vegetables in the form of salads. It is important to wash all the vegetables carefully before consuming, as they may result in parasitic infection in the colon, which can further lead to decrease in the total platelet count. Do not overload patients with spices, salt, fried and oily foods. See to that the patient gets vitamin from all sources of fruits and vegetables. Soups are also a good option to be included. It will also help to enhance the hunger and also improves his mouth taste. Your diet can include boiled vegetables, rice porridge, soups, toast, apples in stewed forms, banana and green tea. If patient is not comfortable with solid food, patient can stick on to liquid food for 2 to 3 days, after which solid intake can be slowly introduced. Nausea and vomiting are the main symptoms of dengue fever, which have to be taken care of. In dengue, the liver of the patient is targeted, so there is an impaired function of liver. So it becomes very difficult, and it is very important to supply body with easy to digest food so that the body doesn't have to do an extra effort of converting complex food into a simpler form. After patient's intake improves, next focus after hydrating the patient is to start with a high protein diet. Protein rich foods have to be included in the diet, like milk and its products, pulses, egg, fish, chicken, etc. A high protein and a calorie diet is recommended even after the fever is restored and all the resources for vitamins, minerals, protein and fat to the body should be restored effectively. Let us now see some of the foods with nutraceutical properties. To start with, let us see what garlic has. Garlic has several health benefits, which is often used in home remedies, and garlic works as an expectorant and has an antiviral property that makes effective treatment for viral fever and respiratory infection. Allicin, a sulfur compound present in garlic, has found to be effective in treating common cold and flu. Coming to oranges, oranges contains lot of phytochemicals called as flavonoids, which have antiviral properties. These compounds help to increase white blood cells. Have oranges or homemade orange juice at least once in a day to get rid of viral fever. Packaged orange juice would not have the same nutritional or therapeutic benefits as the fresh ones. Honey contains antiviral compounds and also works well as a cough suppressant, which makes the best home remedy for viral fever. Honey contains enzymatic and non-enzymatic antioxidants, which helps to raise the level of antioxidants in the blood, in turn helping to improve the overall health. Honey also contains several types of sugars and it is a healthy carb food. By introducing a couple of spoons of honey in your daily diet when you have a viral fever can boost your energy level and help to fight off the infection. Pure honey is always the best, and make sure that one must buy only the natural ones. Ginger has an anti-inflammatory property, and study shows that it can help to reduce muscle and joint pain. Ginger is a common home remedy for fever as it helps to reduce the severity of the pain and aches associated with viral infections. Drinking a cup of hot ginger tea by steeping grated ginger in a glass of boiling water for 3 to 5 minutes is a best cure. Alternatively, you can also add half a teaspoon of freshly ground ginger paste to 5 tablespoons of honey and have a teaspoon of this syrup every hour to help you relieve from the symptoms of viral infections. Papaya and its leaf extract does wonder. Researchers have found that enzymes camopapin and papain enzymes present in the papaya leaves help to improve the platelet count in the affected person. Papaya leaf can help to regenerate platelets and white blood cells. So papaya juice is a natural cure for dengue fever. Papaya as a fruit is also known to be a good for digestive system, and it is a good source of antioxidant. Besides that, fruits like berries, pomegranate, oranges, tomatoes, grapes are rich in antioxidant and should be included in the diet due to their capacity to quench the free radicals which are responsible for damaging the tissues and also lower the level of platelet counts. Not only that, in the yoga era, yoga poses are curable for viral fever. While high intensity exercise is not recommended for people with viral fever, very mild yoga poses can help to reduce the severity of the infection. Most of the yoga poses for the viral fever are deep breathing techniques that will ease the respiratory distress and make it easy for you to expel excess mucus. The majority of the viral fever is mild and clears up within a matter of days. But there are few that can pose a serious health threat. Viral hemorrhagic fever are of a group of illness that are characterized by fever and hemorrhage. To keep it in mind, avoid self-medication with antibiotics. Though it is highly contagious, the chances of it turning life-threatening are quite rare. If symptoms are severe or long-lasting, visit your doctor to rule out any bacterial infection. Flu vaccines can often prove useful and one need to take a booster dosage every year. Now let us see some of the preventive measures for viral infection. One need to take enough rest. Self-medication is not advisable. One should not rely on antipyretics, analgesic, and antibiotic and should maintain personal hygiene. Some common steps to keep the diseases at bay are as follows. Wash your hands properly. Avoid crowded place. Avoid touching nose, mouth, face without washing your hands. Cover your nose, mouth with a handkerchief while you cough, sneeze or yawn. When a person is already ill, ensure that you does not catch other disease. One must drink only clean water, use only boiled water or water purifier. Use mosquito repellents and nets. Keep away the wet and soggy clothes from the dry garments. Avoid the frequency of eating out. Use hand sanitizers. Avoid drenching in the rain. Carry umbrella, raincoats. Adequate hydration by drinking lot of liquids and water. Antipyretics and anti-analgesic for fever and body pain should be avoided. Steam inhalation for nasal congestion and sinus pain can be encouraged. Gargle with saline lukewarm water for sore throat. Do not assume symptoms and self-medicine. Do not wait till symptoms manifest. Monitor the patient for more than 2 days, for a week even after symptoms disappear. Exposed skin should be protected by applying skin repellent. Keep a check on your surrounding. Don't let water to accumulate. Keep your surrounding clean and check for overflowing garbage bin. Change the water and flower vessels regularly to avoid mosquito breeding. Keep your toilet seats down when not in use. Shower daily and use unscented shampoos. Mosquitoes are believed to attract to smell like perfumes and sweats. Purchase mosquito repellent that contains DEET, especially if you have a balcony garden. Try growing marigolds and lemongrass. They are natural insect repellent. Use smokeless mosquito repellents. Use smoke coil outdoor or in areas that are well ventilated. To summarize, students, so far we have learned what a viral infection is, the different types of viral infections, namely the H1N1 flu, dengue and chikungunya, their causes and symptoms, and the dietary management of viral infection. We also learned some of the nutraceutical foods that helps in the management of viral infection and some of the preventive measures to keep away ourselves from viral infection. To conclude, students, always keep it in your mind that viral infections are a debilitating disease and a growing threat to global health. So far, the scientific community is working very hard to develop an effective vaccine to prevent and eradicate them. Emphasis on laboratory diagnostic tests for proper diagnosis and management is also being recommended recently as a preventive measure. As a dietitian, it is our duty to educate the community towards maintaining a clean and a hygienic environment coupled with a healthy eating habit to foster a disease-free society. Thank you for listening. Enrich yourself with more learning. Have a good day.